Hello everyone, I hope you're doing so well and welcome to this little video all about the oil paintings I'm working on this week. Also, thank you so much for incredible comments on my last video, and don't forget to like and subscribe if you are new. Also, at the end of this video there will hopefully be time for a TikTok quiz. It has been too long since I posted a video. I just have been working on so many different paintings. I have been working hard, and also whenever I sort of try to get around to filming, it always ends up being so late and I want to make a longer video and it's all such a big thing. They're the old, like, pending paintings I need to work on. And I realised I hadn't finished this piece and I thought, hang on, I've got to finish this. So this is all about this cat who loves to sit on rocks and basically watch the ships come in, especially when the sun is going down, you know, the sun is setting, and she really wants to see what is happening, what's going on the sea. And so she's very much a water cat, so she can swim around, which is really quite incredible. Some cats absolutely love water and some hate them, of course, hate it, of course. I very much love the sea, but I like to keep it at a distance. I don't really like being on boats. I sort of get quite queasy, and yes, I just don't really like the sensation, even though I have been on a lot of sea journeys that have been quite treacherous. And whenever I get on the boat, I'm always like, oh, I just love the sea. And then when I'm sitting on there, when there's like really bad weather and the sea is really rough, I always think to myself, why am I here? Why did I actually get on the boat? Why? Scenic piece. And actually in this painting I was literally just going for atmosphere. I had an old painting underneath. It was of a cat on a roof, and the cat was looking at a lot of bats, and I really didn't love the colour scheme, so I thought I'm going to actually change it to a lot more of an earthy colour scheme. So beforehand it was sort of like a blue and a sort of ultramarine blue sky with a bit of pink in there, and I thought actually I just don't love this. Anyway, I decided to add a lot of umbers in and see how and where it took me. So I kept the cat on the roof, and then I started to paint this scene, and actually it ended up sort of looking like a kind of distant castle and an almost a night scene with a mysterious magical horse here and a mysterious figure on a horse going up to this dreamy castle, and this cat actually being a sort of looker-on at the scene that is ahead. Because initially I wanted the cat to be the central focus of the painting, but actually I think now the central focus is what's going on here, which is possibly more exciting. I painted half this cat like so, and I thought to myself it could be buried. Actually no, the idea was that the rest of the cat was in the water, but then when I had half a cat like this, I thought it actually looked a little bit odd, and I thought it might look just like the cat is kind of buried underneath this foliage stuff, which I didn't really want. So I thought I'm actually going to have to paint the tail. So I painted the tail of the cat, and now I think it looks like, you know, a full cat. She has a lovely light to light her up, and yeah, I feel like this needs a few more layers still. When I painted this I thought, oh yeah, it's finished, and then I looked back at it when it was dry and thought, no, it isn't. This is a painting of a mysterious rabbit, very intellectual, and he's on his way on a specific special journey through this woodland. This painting actually was started I used Gamblin to sort of map out the painting, Gamblin oils. But for the later stages I may sort of change my colours a bit. I may change the paint brand just because I like to experiment a little bit more with colours. I don't actually have all the colours of every single paint brand. In fact, I only have a few different brands because I'm not a millionaire. Finally, we have this little cat, another cat amongst the flowers. This is not really a complicated story. It's just this cat was supposed to look rather very ethereal and have the most incredible eyes. I just wanted to paint a cat that just looked really luminous and was sort of among the beautiful flowers. We're getting so many amazing flowers now coming into bloom because of the summer, so I just wanted to create a sort of really dreamy piece. And this panel is a really high quality hardboard cotton panel. I usually find it a little bit more difficult to paint on cotton and linen because they actually do have a texture to them, unlike the gesso boards that I usually use, which have virtually no texture at all, and it's very, very easy to paint on that type of surface. So yeah, I was having a little bit of trouble initially trying to work out the composition because obviously it's a little bit of a small painting size. But yeah, so I do hope you like it. So now just quickly, hopefully we have time to do, well rather I have time, for this little TikTok quiz. Basically it's a would you rather quiz, and then it will actually show what everyone else thinks. So it's not just my opinion, it's whether I agree with the general public of TikTok. Okay, so the first question is, would you rather have the reputation for being a troublemaker or being a liar? I definitely think having the reputation for being a troublemaker would be better than being a liar, because troublemakers, people sort of think, oh yeah, they're a bit of a troublemaker, they're a bit cheeky and a bit naughty, but they're not liars. Liars are like, if you say, oh, that person is a liar, that's such a sort of big, like, oh, don't want to trust them. And you know, liars are sort of very shifty, and and you sort of feel like you can never really know where you are with them, because even if they tell you something like, oh, I'll see you at this time, they could be lying. Ooh. Oh, 89% of people thought that it's better to be called a troublemaker. So would you rather have the world dominated by aliens or have the world dominated by AI? An AI. Well, the world is obviously already being dominated by AI. I mean, it's something you can't escape from. So I don't believe that it would be much different to how the world is evolving now. So I'm going to say AI. I can't imagine anyone would choose aliens, even though neither are good really. But let's see what other people think. And they're definitely going to say, oh, so many people said aliens. 54% of people said aliens. So I was in the minority. I can't believe that. I think people didn't understand the question. Next question, would you rather be 3 foot tall or 10 foot tall? Oh, that's a difficult question, but I actually think 3 foot tall is more advantageous living in England, because England is a small country. If you go to London, and if you go into the London Underground, that is a small train. It's tiny, and so if you're 3 foot tall, you can easily fit into the Underground, but if you're 10 foot tall, you would have real problems. Strangely enough, most people said, 71% of people said they'd rather be 10 foot tall. I do think that they think that they can become like really famous basketball players and then they can make loads of money. Would you rather have McDonald's or Burger King? I have eaten a burger from Burger King once when I was probably about 10 years old, and I have not been back. So I think that answers the question. No one would say Burger King. No one. I think part of the reason is Burger King contains probably more real food, like real meat, but McDonald's is all like, you know, liquid goo, and it's absolutely terribly bad for you, but it tastes amazing because of that. It's much like the more processed the food is, sometimes it tastes a lot better, even though it's so terrible for you. So I would slowly kill myself by eating a McDonald's, and the majority said McDonald's. Of course they would. Disney cartoons or DreamWorks cartoons? Now, I actually paused this video because I just read this question, and I can't be the only one who was thinking, what are DreamWorks cartoons exactly? Because one of my first thoughts was, I know about 2, so I can read off some DreamWorks cartoons to help. So they include Rise of the Guardians, Abominable, Home, How to Train Your Dragon, Ants, Spirit. Now that's really hard because Rise of the Guardians is one of my favourite animated movies of all time. But obviously Disney is, you know, full of absolute classics as well. So, and I do really like the movie Ants too. And I haven't seen Abominable, but I've heard it's really good. Oh, it's so difficult. I would say you can't live without either. I think probably people would say, most of the public would probably say Disney, but I would say they're equally as amazing, and I actually can't choose between the two. Let's have a look. And 53% said Disney. So actually it was quite split. Question, would you rather have a lifetime subscription to Netflix or have an unlimited gift card to Starbucks? You know, that's a really hard question, but I honestly think the sensible answer is to say Netflix, because you've then got a whole world of entertainment in front of you and you don't have to pay for it, and that's just amazing. But I think I would actually go for the Starbucks one, because whenever I go out I always get you you know, just the most basic latte and I get it really weak as well with like loads of milk. But if the milk is frothy, you know, it's worth the like, you know, £1 million you pay for a Starbucks latte. I actually, no, don't tell anyone this, but I actually prefer the Pret coffees to Starbucks. So if it was an unlimited gift card to Pret, I would definitely say yes to that, like that one. But I still think I would probably say Starbucks. Starbucks to Netflix, there you go. That just goes to show I am pathetic. Final question, because it's so late, it's such a tragedy. Would you rather be born with a giraffe neck or born with an elephant trunk? Tunk. This is actually spelled as tunk. Oh, we just go funny. I assume they mean trunk. I actually have a really long neck. I don't know if you can see, but maybe it's already there. Maybe I already look like a giraffe and I don't need any embellishment. What do people think? What do other people say? Oh, they said giraffe neck too. That's it, guys. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed it. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and I will see you soon. Take care.